Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer. Today we are going into the future and dealing with the consequences of noise stupidity. Roll the intro.
We've been contacted by the Federation from the 29th century. Their Temporal Integrity Commission is charged with protecting the timeline from factions who might want to change history. Considering our recent experiences, we feel the need to better understand the rules of time travel. However, it's important we don't know too much about the future, so we've decided to designate one representative to learn what we need to know. Given your record, you were the logical choice. You're to rendezvous with the USS Vostok. Her captain will give you a more thorough briefing upon arrival.
Please report to the USS Vostok.
It's a pleasure to see you again. I'm glad you were selected as your time's representative. I can't imagine a better selection. Of course, I already knew you were going to be chosen, but that doesn't change my appreciation. Your recent experiences with time travel have begun a new phase of development, and a perilous one at that. Understanding the rules of time travel is of vital importance. Starfleet personnel are strictly forbidden from directly interfering with historical events, and are required to maintain the timeline when possible. We're also restricted from revealing too much about the future. These principles have served Starfleet well. Now that the time travel genie is out of the bottle, it'll be hard to get it back in. The tech will spread through the galaxy, and species after species will learn the secrets of time. Are you ready to visit the future?
I'd rather change it for the better. But I don't have a choice in the matter, do I? Yeah, as you might guess, I am using the Mudstore ships. I love having the ability to have, well, two of the best ships in the game. I'm not a fan of science ships. I'm more of a shoot things until they die person, but...
Welcome to New Kittimer.
Here we are. Since you're from the past, I'll be your chaperone during the event, hopefully protecting you from any temporal incidents. Purely procedural, of course. You've already demonstrated your ability to remain silent about things you aren't supposed to know.
Yeah, only because the temporal Gestapo, meaning Walker and his associates, will disappear me from history. I'm not a fan of the Temporal Integrity Commission. They're incompetent. I mean, they employ Daniels. That's enough to make anyone question their incompetence.
Welcome, gentle being, to the signing of the Temporal Accords. Your biosigns aren't listed on our register today. I'll need to... wait. I know you. I wrote a paper about you in classical history class at the Academy. I must say, you look much younger than your holo images. Wait, what year did you come from? Oh, that explains why you look so young. Well, you sure have an eventful future ahead of you. Forget I said that. I'm not supposed to say things like that. To be honest, I'm still getting used to the new temporal regulations. They can be a little confusing. Anyway, the TIC crews are scrubbing the hull for anything that might cause a paradox if visitors from the past, like yourself, encounter them. It will be just a few moments. Perhaps you would like to chat with some of our other guests here in the lobby. I believe they have all been cleared for trans-temporal interactions. I'm sure you'll have plenty to talk about.
Jolan True, I am Sub-Commander Kale. Is there something Romulan Temporal Defense can help you with today? We've established this department in order to preserve the events that formed the Romulan Republic. There are many points in the past that some Romulans want to change, the destruction of Romulus and Remus being just one of them. Of course, changing these events could erase everything we have earned. We would be reduced to being ruthless spies, still ruled by the Tal'aura. We in Temporal Defense can advise you in any matter dealing with time travel. The same reason as you, I suspect. We're here to witness the signing of the Temporal Accords. Most temporal agents watch holo-recordings of the event, but the three of us were given special dispensation to come and view the Accords personally. An honor accorded to those who graduate with top honors, you see. We've established that this is our first meeting, at least in my personal chronology. As a temporal agent, it is quite possible that we will meet in the future. Well, my future. I will try to act surprised if that occurs.
The Nakul are here to protest the signing of these unlawful, biased accords. The Tholians ravaged our homeworld thanks to the Federation's ineptitude. In one dark moment, my people were scattered throughout the stars. All we were, our history, our way of life, was nearly lost. And when we needed the Federation the most, we were denied. Terrorists, they called us. Criminals, the dregs of the galaxy. These words, these deeds will never be forgotten or forgiven. Today, the Federation and their lackeys come to tell the galaxy which timeline is best and what they'll do to keep it that way. But who are they to dictate such terms? To tell us that their history is more important than ours?
I really hate these people. You know, I could have fixed this. Saved their world, but no, Cal wanted to get rid of the Toxutot. I am surrounded by idiots.
My existence has been nothing but hardship and pain. The life of an exile. I'd gladly sacrifice it to restore my homeworld and prevent the mass exodus of my people. Don't tell me you wouldn't do the same were our places reversed.
Nah, not really.
Attention all guests. The main hall is now open. Please make your way to your seats.
Lovely.
The Tholian Assembly has decided to support the Accords. We are concerned that a rogue individual or species could disrupt our development. The Accords do not go far enough. We want to end all time travel for any reason. We will continue to lobby for change aggressively. Should the Union fail to preserve the timeline, the Assembly will succeed by any means necessary. That is all.
Well, considering that you cause more pains in my ass than anybody else, maybe your species should cease to exist. I hate Tholians.
I cover the powers on the green conspiracy that has the fight at present, rather than the memory of the past. Let's see, future.
At least his vocoder works. A hell of a lot better than, well, the earlier ones.
Jolan True, you are from the past. From before the time the Romulans joined the Federation, I'll wager. How strange all of this must be for you. The entire galaxy unites in preserving the timeline. This is truly a momentous day for all.
Your uniform. 25th century, correct? You're definitely a visitor from the past, and an honored one at that. Welcome to the 28th century. I hope you'll enjoy seeing what your work and sacrifice has wrought.
I am reminded of a quote from ancient Earth. And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer.
The Borg have a checkered past when it comes to time travel, particularly where the Federation is concerned. Thankfully, we've had the chance to make amends. The Cooperative is proud to be a part of today's proceedings.
These Accords are going to provide quite the opportunity for historical studies of economic matters. I hear the Grand Nagus is going to formally announce several new temporal rules of acquisition soon. I hope at least one of them covers going back in time to beat someone to a deal.
Yeah, no. Just no. That would screw everything up.
The Nakul are not here to sign these accords. We have already been victims of time-traveling aliens. But somehow this incursion into the timeline has been overlooked. Perhaps because of its importance to the founding of the Galactic Union. We proposed an amendment to restore our home world in the timeline, but it was rejected. Therefore we are here, with all eyes of the galaxy upon us, to point out the hypocrisy and unlawfulness of these accords.
Yeah, hypocrisy. Those Tholians were from the 25th century. They only used the Lucari star to lure Cal here to steal the Toxutat. While I openly say that Cal openly juggles the idiot ball, it's the Tholians from the 25th century that started all this. I do not like stupid.
Well, one of our very special guests. It is so nice to meet you. I am Wixit, your humble master of ceremonies for this historic event. Quite an honor, wouldn't you say? So exciting! This ceremony is about to begin, so you should find your seat. But I'd love to chat with you after the signing.
Delegates and honored guests, your attention please. The signing ceremony is about to begin. Please take your seats.
Time for the fun part.
Representatives from dozens of species have gathered to witness this historic event. It looks like they are getting ready to begin the formal signing. Of course, this is largely ceremonial. The negotiation... Wait! There is some kind of
This oppression will not stand. The time stream shall be free. We will liberate the galaxy from the tyranny of the temporal accords. We shall wipe the stain of the Federation from history.
Quick, get the delegates to safety. The Krenim are taking the delegates hostage.
They need to redo all the cutscenes.
The Krenim have grabbed the delegates and are holding them hostage in some nearby offices. This is damn peculiar. We're facing a major temporal flux here. The hostiles have neutralized embassy security, but it looks like they weren't expecting us to be here. It's up to us to rescue the delegates. Watch out! More Krenim beaming in!
I lagged it out.
Fort Grinham! Neutralize them as quickly as possible. We need to save those delegates.
Can anybody hear us? The Grinham are holding us hostage in the embassy offices. Please, anyone, help!
The Grinham are holding us hostage, requesting immediate assistance.
Enemy target on.
Hang on, we're on our way.
Cooperate, and you won't be harmed. Resist, and your safety cannot be guaranteed.
The idiot ball. The idiot ball, the idiot ball, the idiot ball.
I thought my life path was at an end. My thanks for proving me wrong.
I do not enjoy being forced to clean up other people's messes, being blamed for their stupidity, or otherwise screwed over. Ah. Type 1 phaser. Classy.
It was a good day to die for the Grinham.
Enemy target on them.
Oops.
You saved my world, and now you saved me. I'm beginning to like you.
I am Death, destroyer of idiots. Yeah, I don't like the TLF very much. And I will gleefully continue insulting them until they go away.
I shall live to serve the Founders another day. My thanks to you, of course.
This wasn't supposed to happen. History says the Accords were signed and there was no mention of an attack. Those look like Krenim ships.
I'll deal with them.
This conference will not continue. I won't abide it. All ships fire at will. Leave no survivors.
Oh, look, he said my favorite words and gave me an excuse. See, I would have just let them go. Been all merciful. But no, he decided to be dumb. You know what happens to dumb? It dies.
Wait, I recognize that ship. Oh no, not this time. This time, you will not prevail. Taste the bitter dregs of failure.
I realize you're talking to yourself, Noi, but seriously? When do I fail? Okay, there was that one time where my DPS was turned against me. Never mentioned I hate feedback pulse. But yeah, since when do I fail? Never! Except in missions where failure is the only outcome. But those don't count. Oops, did I do that? That's a Resident Evil Liberation reference.
The Nakul have used the Krenim attack as a cover to attack the temporal sensor array. All our forces are tied up fighting the Krenim. We can't afford to lose that array. It monitors the time stream for incursions. If it were damaged, people could travel into the past without being detected. Curious. The Krenim and Nakul vessels have started fighting each other in the confusion. Let's make the most of that, shall we?
Oh, look. People are dropping the idiot ball once again. Oh well. I'm gonna milk this. I'll just shoot at the distortion and, well, kill whoever survives. Okay, fine. You want to play this the hard way. I'm game. Oops. Yeah, oops, not oops. I hate Nakul. Oh well. At least the Nakul get their happy ending eventually, with the restoration of their home world, them joining the Federation.
We've got the Krenim on the run over here. Stay focused on the array.
It's a shame they didn't realize that, hey, maybe if we stop fighting the feds, maybe they'll actually fix our problems.
Cleared out most of the Krenim ships. Engaging Anoraks now. The more the merrier.
Yeah, just... It's dumb that they didn't think of that. We're gonna be terrorists and go, the Federation didn't help us. Well, maybe if you hadn't been screwing with the timeline, maybe they would have helped you. the more you screw up, the more you kind of deserve it. Which is kind of how I didn't complete my Resident Evil 0 run. I screwed up. Really admitting, I screwed up. Noi, on the other hand...
I seem to remember a little about him from my briefing on your timeline. He was a Krenim researcher on the Anorak's timeship project, if memory serves. I thought as much. Something must have disturbed the timeline. I'm afraid you will need to return to your own time to investigate. I'll accompany you, but I can't interact with anybody from your time. I'll open a portal when you're ready. Are you ready now?
Yeah, Noi continually blames me for this. Instead of logically going, okay, I'm looking through the records. Oh, I caused that temporal incursion. I erased the Tutarians.
You are cleared for docking.
Oops. Yeah, Noi dropped the idiot ball, and I have to pick it up. And smash his face in with it.
Welcome back to Kiana. We hadn't expected to see you again so soon. To what do we owe the pleasure? Noi? Well, he's been working on some secret project of late. To be honest, he's been more than a little hostile. And that's saying something for Noi. I was about to check in with him, if you would like to accompany me.
Oh, it's you. I thought I'd seen the last of you after you flew off to your great victory over the Iconians. Well, what do you want? I'm very busy. Come now, you can read, can't you? Access my latest report to command if you want to know what I'm working on. Feel free to waste the time of the charming bureaucrat standing next to you, but I'll thank you to stop wasting mine. Now, if this interrogation is over, I've more important matters to attend to. Good day.
Yeah. I could just shoot him now. Die! Die!
Like I said, more than a little hostile. He's been like this for some time now, and no one's sure why. Treason? Noi? I mean, sure, he's been difficult to work with, but... Oh, I hope you're wrong. Noi has top-level access to everything we're working on here. I don't need to tell you how much damage that could do in the wrong hands. Let me call up his files. He was working on the Anoraks. Wait a minute. It looks like he was accessing the launch protocols and docking clamp.
Ah, I see you found my farewell gift, Tralla. I'm so glad. As for you, I'm taking command of the Anoraks now. I can see that bothers you greatly. So will the numerous bombs I've left behind.
You know what? I actually look forward to the day where the Anoraks is put in the mud store. That way I can go, I could erase you from time if I want to. Of course, that's about as likely as... Well, it's actually kind of likely, actually. Given that, you know, I have access to every temporal ship. Well, most of them. I would love to have the Paradox and the Anorax, though. I mean, they're both awesome. In different ways.
Noi stole the Anorax? I can't believe it. How could he do such a thing? What drove him to betray us like this?
There's only one way to find out. Computer, bring up the research notes and personal logs of researcher Noi. Authorization Tal'aura 23, Victor 6 Sigma.
Please input your selection below.
Personal log supplemental. We had some visitors from the Alliance today. Noi was rather rude to them, but I managed to smooth things over. This time. Still, he has good reason to be stressed. The war isn't going well, and there's a lot of pressure on him right now. He could be a bit more agreeable, however. Perhaps a peace offering. Those Terran snack cakes he's so fond of with the... what is the word? Nougat. I tried to tell him about the baby again last night, but he was so stressed out. I just couldn't add to his burden. Hopefully things will calm down a bit soon and I can tell him. On a positive note, my work is progressing quite well. I believe these logs should now be shielded from any kind of temporal incursion.
Please input.
Personal log supplemental. My review of the time capsule files is complete. What I have learned has shocked me to the very core of my being. I had a wife, and she was pregnant. My wife and unborn child were murdered by the Federation and their allies. They devastated my people, murdered my family, and erased an entire species from time and space. I cannot let this stand. This I vow. I shall not rest until I have restored my family or avenged their deaths. Time itself shall be the instrument of my vengeance.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in the head, Noi? You killed them. You didn't go... Why don't we just go back to that asteroid, put it back in place, and try not to screw this up again? Or just develop temporal shielding. I would have loved to have been bulletproof during midnight.
Personal log supplemental. At last, I have found them, the Tutarians. Or rather, what they have become. Some of them managed to escape the treachery of the Federation, finding sanctuary in a trans-dimensional void. They are powerful. So powerful that some primitive species worship them like gods. And yet, they are trapped in their realm, no longer able to exist within prime space. But I can help them. I can release them from Duran's vial. With these builders at my side, I shall have my vengeance for Clouda.
What the? We're under attack!
They need to fix the running animations.
Noi has returned, and he's made a number of potent modifications to his ship. We could use some help up here with him and his allies.
I have been waiting for this for a long time. At last, I take the first fateful steps upon my path of vengeance.
Dude, I am in a far superior ship than you. I suggest you stand down before I blow you up.
As always, your thinking is so limited. For you, it has been moments, but for me, it has been years. Years of planning, building, all to return to this moment in time. To end you.
Good try.
Oh, but it does, believe me. You took them. My wife, my unborn child.
That was you.
Time was your weapon then, and it is mine now.
Screw you.
With it, I will eradicate your wretched alliance, just as you wiped the Tutarians from history. But first things first. It's time for you to die.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna kill me. It's gonna be the other way around.
This is Walker. We've got our hands full with Noi over here, but we'll keep him busy while you defend the station. We could use a hand once it's secure, though. Anorax packs quite a punch. Definitely isn't the same Anorax we left a few minutes ago.
My apologies for that. I was actually talking to somebody. Die. Just die already. Got better things to do. Better things to kill. Alright, Noi, it's time for me to smash you in the face with the idiot ball. Get over here so I can kill you. Alright, Noah, it's time for me to hand you your rear end. Get over here so I can shoot you! You understand me, Noi? I will shoot you until your ship explodes. So get over here and make it easy for me. There, you're dead. Cheating bastard, get back here!
Oh, there you are. I thought we'd lost you. What happened to Noi? Damn. A rogue agent out there with a ship like the Anorax is a real big problem. One step at a time. Let's get you back to the 25th century once you're ready for the trip.
Noi, a traitor? Unexpected to be sure. With Anorax to command, he poses a great threat to the galaxy. We've not seen the last of him. I admit concern over the actions of the Nakul as well. Another mystery to be solved among the stars. One thing is certain. The battlefield just got a lot bigger.
Greetings.
Housecoat Gaming signing off.